Alrighty folks, welcome back. Hope you're doing good. I'm doing pretty good myself. Gonna be a shorter video tonight because we are just looking at this one model and I am also not feeling that good. I don't know why. I think I'm getting sick again, but anyways, that's the funny thing about doing YouTube videos like every other day is you guys can keep track of my health. You guys always know when I'm sick. Anyways, I've got this thing right here. This dropped not too long ago. This one was kind of interesting. And I got very, very lucky with this one. I almost did not have this one. So, this was an exclusive model to commemorate Daytona 2026. As you can pretty obviously tell by the packaging, it's got the circuit in yellow, and then the box is green. It's got the Daytona International Speedway. Very cool box design. I really like stuff like this. This is Mini GT number 1091. It's a very cool box. It's got the Rolex 24 Daytona logo on this side. And then here's all the info on the back. Ford licensing and IMSA licensing, of course. And yeah, this is a Ford Mustang GT3 number 26 Daytona edition. So, they sold this one online through Daytona's like merch store. I don't know how many this was limited to. No idea. But they did that first initial drop of them on the website, and I was just barely able to get one. Like I said, I got very lucky because right after I placed my order, they were sold out, and I think they were up for a good half an hour before I noticed that they were there. It might not have been that long. It could have been quicker than that, but. Yeah, so they dropped these on the web store, and then they also sold them at Daytona, and so some people were able to pick them up from there. And this isn't really a review in the sense that I recommend buying this, because they are ridiculously expensive. Retail price, and what I paid was $25 plus shipping, which I feel like is a fair price. It's a little bit expensive for a regular Mini GT, but the fact that it's an exclusive, I think 25 is fair. But I've been seeing these go for like between 100 and 150. I don't think it's worth that. It is cool. It definitely is cool, but I don't think it's worth that unless you're like a diehard IMSA fan. But yeah, like I said, I got really lucky, and this isn't really a review in the sense that I'm going to recommend to go buy this. This is kind of just a first look at this casting, because this is the first Mustang GT3 we have gotten from Mini GT. And so this should give us a pretty good idea of what the rest of this casting is going to look like, which is pretty cool. So starting off, one thing I was slightly worried about when I was looking at the box is when you look at the box, the wing looks like it goes up way too high. Like it goes up way up there. And I was like, yeah, that's not looking too good. I was looking at real photos of the car, and the wing on this one is pretty accurate to what you would see on the real car as far as like how high it goes, like the angle of it. So I'm glad that I'm glad that was not actually an issue. I was about to be a little bit mad, because I also did see these Daytona Mustangs were cursed, at least in my friend group. I saw a guy on Facebook got it, and it was like, I think his spoiler came off. I saw another one that did look like this, where the wing was way too high. One of my buddies had his box get eaten by his dog for this model. Luckily, the car was not inside. And then one of my buddies, USPS delivered it to his house, and they delivered it to the wrong house, and he was never able to find it. So, yeah, there's just like within my friend group, these are kind of cursed. So hopefully there's nothing wrong with mine. But anyways, it actually is a pretty cool livery. I do like it. So it's got the gloss white, and then it's got green and gold. Obviously, that's kind of like the Rolex color theme. It is very cool. It's got 24 hours at Daytona on the side, the number 26 box. It's got some gold down here in these vents, which is kind of interesting. I don't know exactly if that is just part of the theme of this car, but it looks pretty good. GTD on the side right there, exhaust tip coming out that the side skirt right there, which is also pretty cool. I think there's one on both sides. So exhaust on both sides. The wheels actually look pretty good. They're kind of done in this, I don't even know what kind of color. It's kind of like a metallic silver, but it's almost like a gunmetal silver. Well, it's not quite that dark though. It's like a mix between gunmetal and silver, And it looks very good. I think they did a pretty good job with these wheels. This is one of those that would benefit from brake details just because there is quite a bit of large gaps in those spokes, but other than that, it looks good. There's no tire printing on this one, which is fine because this is not like an actual race car. This is just like a special edition type of thing. Once the regular race car versions of this come out, you will expect to see tire printing on it, which is a good thing. But yeah, it looks pretty good. The mirrors look pretty nice as well. They look like they're molded fairly accurately. They're done in rubber green on this particular one. And then going to the front, here is the front view. So you've got the Mustang logo in the that front grille, which looks like a separate piece to me. It doesn't look like photo etched metal, but it looks like a separate piece. And of course, all the white outlining around it. Ford badge on the front. Headlights look pretty good. They are acrylic. I'm not really seeing a whole lot of detail behind the lens, but it could just be. Oh no, I do see a little bit of something. There are some like LED details molded in behind it, but it looks like they're done in black. So very, very difficult to see. But they also did include these little LED details in that front grille right there, which is pretty cool. So I do like that. And then you got Michelin and Motul logos down here by this front splitter. Big front splitter. I do like the front look of this car. I do think it looks pretty cool. So the side profile of the front is pretty cool as well. So that's pretty neat. Grill, vent detail in the front, in the top of the hood right there looks pretty good as well. Big number 26 box, big IMSA logo, Daytona on the windshield banner. Overall, it looks pretty good. Carbon fiber on this portion behind the windows as well with the number box. I think that's on both sides. So yeah, both sides, and then I believe this is a fuel cap on this side of it. So that looks pretty good. Do like to see carbon fiber on these models. A little bit of venting right here. There's no black paint in there or anything. We'll see if they change that on the regular releases. But yeah, the wing goes up, in my opinion, the correct amount that it should. It's pretty level, and it looks pretty good. I do think that these wings on these Mustangs are going to be really fragile, though. So if you're planning on picking any of the future releases up, just be careful with them. And here is the back view, which I also think looks really good. Are these taillights painted? It's a little bit hard to tell. Let me look in, like, directly under my light. So the actual taillight assembly on each side is a separate piece, but it doesn't look like it's acrylic. They do look like they're painted, but honestly, I'm not mad at it. I think these look really, really good. Sometimes it's not always about the extra pieces and details that they put into it. Sometimes it's about how realistic and well done it is. And this is one of those examples, in my opinion. I think the taillights look really good without them being acrylic. And that might be black acrylic, but either way, it is a separate piece. But they are at like a crazy angle, so it kind of makes sense. That might have been too hard to do acrylic or just didn't make sense. But I think they look good. The LED indicator in the center right there again. And then there's some of the arrows and stuff. Overall, it looks really good. Massive rear diffuser on the back end of it. Kind of reminds me of the old Le Mans 4 GTs and the massive diffusers they used to have. But yeah, overall, it looks very good. I just love the profile of this new Mustang. I'm not the biggest Mustang guy. I like old Mustangs, classic ones. Obviously, I like the race car versions as well. But I've never been a big Mustang guy. But this new generation of Mustang that Ford has made, obviously not in race car version as well, like the Dark Horse and just the regular like new gen Mustang, I actually really do like the way they designed it. I think they look pretty good. So excited to get more race cars of it. Excited to get more street versions of it. I think it's a pretty good casting. I think Mini GT did a good job with it. Do I recommend buying this model? No, not unless you can find it for retail price or something like that. So yeah, it is very cool. I'm glad I was able to snag it. And yeah, I think that's about it. That pretty much covers it. Should be a pretty good casting with all the future releases coming up. I can't wait to get some of these Mustangs. They're going to be really, really nice. So yeah, that's about all I have for today. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.